this be one of the best moments of your life. You're listening to the Business Mirror Podcast for a broader look on business with Senior Editor Dennis Estopace.
Good day. Welcome to Business Mondays with BM, a segment of the Business Mirror BM Broader Look podcast that tackles the performance of the Philippine stock market. The Business Mondays with BM podcast is based on the stock market outlook story written by Business Mirror reporter VG Cabuag and comes out every Monday. For the text version online, please go to www.businessmirror.com.ph and search for Stock Market Outlook. For the print edition, please go to the company section of the Business Mirror newspaper. Let's get on with the story. Share prices continued to climb last week after the central bank maintained its rates that elated investors, but concerns mount on the rising coronavirus cases in the country and also the availability of a vaccine. The benchmark Philippine Stock Exchange Index gained 26.64 points to close at 7,272.80 points during the last full week of trading of the year. Christopher Mangon, research head at AAA Securities Incorporated, said the main index ended with a minor gain, marking 3 consecutive weeks of advances as most investors remained optimistic and continued to stay invested in the market despite some concerns. The main index mainly moved within the 7,200 point to the 7,300 point level, which is the least volatile week experienced by the Philippine Stock Exchange Index since October this year. Mangun said selling pressure was matched by buyers, which gave investors a sense of confidence that the majority are in it for the longer term. Volume of trade remained high at an average of 9.25 billion pesos for the week, but foreign investors were still net sellers at 3.77 billion pesos. All other sub-indices ended on the green with the exception of the property index that gave up 34.71 points to close at 3,684.52 points. The All Shares Index gained 30.62 to close at 4,349.35. The Financials Index inched up 2.09 to close at 1,488.69. The Industrial Index added 131.03 to close at 9,551.95. The Holding Firms Index climbed 55.67 to close at 7,511.54. The Services Index increased 15.10 to close at 1,548.66. And the Mining and Oil Index surged 242.47 to 9,548.44. For the week, gainers led losers 157 to 86, and a dozen shares were unchanged. The top gainers were Basic Energy Corporation, iRemit Incorporated, Imperial Resources Incorporated, Philippine Business Bank, the Philodrill Corporation, and MRC Allied Incorporated. The top losers, on the other hand, were Atok Big Wedge Company Incorporated, Ferronux Holdings Incorporated, First Abacus Financial Holdings Corporation, Altus Property Ventures Incorporated, Liberty Flour Mills Incorporated, and Manila Mining Corporation A. This week, share prices may continue to move upwards as investors may pick up some of the stocks during the remaining trading days of the year. It will be a 3-day work week due to the Christmas break on December 24 and December 25. Broker 2 Trade Asia said there should be close consideration on turnover build-up in the coming sessions as the mood turns to last-minute shopping, especially from funds intending to do some year-end window dressing. Broker 2 Trade Asia said there will be higher volume of trade during the remaining 6 days of trading for the year. Meanwhile, Mangun said the main index is expected to continue moving sideways until the end of the year. Mangun said the market may see less volatility on blue chip issues as most investors remain optimistic and are willing to hold positions for the longer term. Immediate support for the main index is seen at 7,200, while resistance is at 7,300. Mangun said the Philippine Stock Exchange Index is still down around 7% from the beginning of the year. Mangun added they are not expecting it to recover all of its losses for the year as several concerns remain. A Bloomberg report cited Julian Tarobago, head of equities at ATR Asset Management Incorporated, as saying that the Philippine Stock Exchange Index could climb to 8,300 by the end of 2021. The index clocked at 41% year-to-date plunge in March before staging a rebound that cut its loss to 7% in 2020. While 2021 corporate earnings will probably be around 86% of the 2019 level, Tarobago is optimistic that foreign funds will reverse course from this year's exodus as the economy's recovery leads to a sustained rebound in earnings, the Bloomberg report said. Spending for the May 2022 presidential elections could also provide a potential boost in the second half of next year, the Bloomberg report added. Tarobago was quoted as saying that the market should be able to trade above its 5-year historical average valuation. Tarobago added there will still be volatility, but it won't be like what investors have seen this year. Foreign funds will help drive up stock valuations to 19 times to 20 times 12-month forward earnings, Tarobago said. Tarobago forecasts earnings per share to grow 45% in 2021 from an expected 39% contraction this year. For the stock picks, broker Regina Capital and Development Corporation advised to sell the stock of tuna canner Century Pacific Food Incorporated as its stock price may start to fall below its 50-day moving average of 17 pesos and 45 centavos per share. Regina Capital said all of its indicators have already turned uniformly bearish. Its 50-day moving average is coincidentally its strong support level, Regina Capital said. If this level is broken, the decline of Century Pacific Food Incorporated may persist, Regina Capital added. The shares of Century Pacific Food Incorporated closed last Friday at 17 pesos and 50 centavos apiece. Meanwhile, broker Regina Capital advised to cut loss on the stock of Manila Electric Company or Meralco due to its sustained downtrend for the past 6 trading sessions, which pushed the stock below its 50-day moving average of 293 pesos and 53 centavos per share. Regina Capital said with the strong sell signs from the indicators, it is likely that the stock will test its more than 2-month-long support level of 281 pesos and 06 centavos in the coming days. The stock's 100-day and 260-day moving averages staged a golden cross early last week, Regina Capital added. The shares of Meralco closed last week at 281 pesos and 60 centavos apiece.
Thank you for listening to the Business Mirror podcast. For a broader look on business, follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Business Mirror. Until next time.